Hey, this is Andy D here with John Stamps, reporting for Musical Family Tree. It's the curation takeover. This is my month. So I decided to check out John Stamps. You got a new EP coming out, right?
I do, yeah.
What's it called?
Dark Age, March 1st.
Nice, March 1st.
I'm dropping it.
Completely independent.
Yeah.
How's that been?
A wild ride.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you do Houseplants independently as well?
That was dropped through Brad Summer, the label, but I independently funded it and recorded it.
Nice. And the first single just came out this week, right?
Yeah, like that. With video.
That was awesome.
Yeah, thank you. And that's streaming everywhere.
So I made a comment that the balloon art in the video had me feel some type of way. Moved me in ways I didn't expect.
Yeah, I remember that.
What was your inspiration for using that?
So we originally had this whole thing based around having this half pipe in this Airbnb in the backyard, but it all fell through because my flight to LA got in late, and one of the guys that showed up to shoot, his buddy who goes by Balloonski, is actually a really dope dude, but he was just doing balloons at like joints and just all kinds of stupid shit while we were hanging out. So
that's amazing.
I was like, I feel like we could just do a video where it just looks like I'm like wicked at balloon art, and that's how it was born.
It's a really good video. I'm really pumped. I haven't done a music video in, I don't know, like a decade or something. I don't know.
You're pretty good at it.
I need to get back in that game, but that was an amazing one. So Houseplants just came out. Feels like to me just came out, but I'm in Babyland Time Warp. So
yeah.
was that last year?
Yeah, that was last summer. Yeah.
So so you're going at a pretty good clip here. Are you finding that like more frequent releases just, I mean, do they just feel more coherent to you to like record and release? Several tracks all at once. Like, what's
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of late in the game. I feel like a lot of other artists in my genre, at least, are like super frequent with their releases, and that's something that I've kind of lacked. Like, even at the pace that I'm at right now, I don't feel like I'm necessarily up to par with some of the other guys. Just not even so much consistency. People just want just new shit. So
right, that's true.
So I've just spent like the last year pretty much just stocking up, and we've got, not even counting this, we've got probably like 15, 20 other unreleased tracks. So we're just ready to just start consistently rolling out music and
good.
keeping the pace. So
you got the stockpile. And you're getting them out. That's good. What kind of themes are you touching on Dark Age?
So I kind of like to think it's like the balance between like the night before and the morning after.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the energy that kind of reflects like those moods, just like the highs and the lows, and just like getting older and still having too much fun sometimes, but like finding a balance and shit. And
so Saturday night, Sunday morning, at midnight,
Thursday
midnight
night,
point.
Friday night, Saturday night. and it's Sunday morning right now, so maybe Monday.
That's right.
Yeah, Monday morning.
Well, I mean, you're releasing at a way quicker clip than me, so that's rad. How like?
Yeah, you have a beautiful child.
That's true. We did some other creation this year.
A lot better than anything in my catalog.
No. Well, he's really
You'll
cute.
take that one. I'll take
he's
that
really
one.
Cute.
I don't know, man. Green Eggs and Yam was pretty good.
No, as a fan of your catalog, I'm also a fan of my son, so that's
fair.
What have you learned? What have you learned lately doing this independently? Doing you toured. You got quite a few releases under your belt. Shot music videos, repped Indianapolis pretty hard, gone to California, seemed to traveled around. What have you learned lately? Like, what are some takeaways lately?
I feel like I'm just learning new shit every day. Just pretty much, it's just like figuring it out. It's kind of like how with anything else, how if you want to learn something, there's like YouTube videos. It's not really like that.
Yeah.
But it's like, you're like me, like we know enough people that know a lot, and so it's just been like taking the time to like reach out to them and be like, what do I need to do? What do you think I'm doing wrong, and what do you think I should be doing differently? And then also like looking at my peers that are being successful and looking to what they're doing right and who they're surrounding themselves with and what they're doing, and just kind of, yeah, it's just like honestly, just constantly like learning that maybe the way you're doing it or we're doing it wasn't the best way, but that's like okay, because it's all just like a learning experience, and just like continuing to grow and get to a point where I'm just like 100% established on a national platform would be, I guess, the end goal.
Yeah. Yet independently, you're doing it on your own terms.
Yeah, I mean, favorite quote of mine, it's not that I'm not willing to sell out, it's that nobody's buying.
I would.
You got a label, and
I subscribe to that exact same.
I'm not opposed. There's no like hard-headedness in this. Independent. There's no, you know. I mean, I appreciate.
Just do it.
I'm not opposed to staying independent, but
right.
Yeah.
At our last MFT meeting, we kind of like, you know, had some soul searching, talked about like what makes Indianapolis, and kind of set on this thing that the style here is kind of eclectic out of necessity, and now the rise of the internet in the last 2 decades kind of has made it eclectic just out of exposure, since folks aren't fleeing to magnet cities necessarily, kind of staying in place and doing their thing. You know, and I think I look at your catalog and as a fan of it, and I see there's a lot of different sounds in it, and pretty original sounds. Like what, can you speak to that a little bit? Do you find that that's the case here? Like no one, like, I mean, you were in a collective Ghost Gun Summer, but all of you guys sounded totally different, in my opinion, and you made it work collectively live and on album. So like what stylistically, what do you take away, or how do you use like your peers here locally, your friends, in collaboration? Like how does that influence your style, and what, you know, and kind of where does the rest of your style kind of come from?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, just with everything I'm doing, I think it's healthy to compare yourself to others, like in a certain dynamic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in a healthy way, to like make sure you're like up to pace and up to par. And but I mean, influence wise on all that, yeah, it just goes back to all that again. I mean, I don't know, I've never really put much thought into